Last week came this report that most of the Indian honeys are fake. So it got me thinking, what are my favorite drinks that have honey in it?
I have a report which says that you're allergic to honey.
Fascinatingly, not when it is put in an alcoholic drink.
And which are these two drinks?
Penicillin and Hot Toddy.
Hot Toddy, the granddaddy of all hot beverages, which are perfect for winters.
Exactly. And that's what we're talking about today. A drink whose nothing knows no one.
Please explain what you mean by that.
Yeah, no one knows where it was first made, where was it made, why the name, what's the standard recipe. All what we know is that it is soothing, nourishing, and it has a nice, fuzzy, comfy feeling in the tongue.
Well, it's true that there's no standard recipe for a toddy, and what's generally followed is that there's some kind of liquor, some sweetener, warm base, and it was along with some herbs, spices, citrus, and you can sort of make a toddy.
Yeah, and as to the name goes, there are a lot of mysteries around it, but there are three commonly believed stories. One that says it came from the Scottish in the 1700s. The other one says it came from Ireland. And the last one says that it was made here on the motherland. It's a vocal for local homegrown stuff.
Okay, so I know the Scottish connect, that there's a whole connection that women were not fond of the harsh taste of the whiskies and the smoky flavors. So the toddy may have been invented with some sweet honey added for their palates.
Yeah, but we don't know if in case that's completely true or not. But it was indeed a hot drink. And how do we know that? In 1781, there was a poem called The Morning Interview by Alan Ramsay, not related to Chef Ramsay, that mentions Todian Springs. This spring was the main water supply to Edinburgh in Scotland. And Ramsay's poem referred to this spring water being used for tea party. And how is tea served? Hot.
And the Irish story is a little simpler. It said there's a doctor called Robert Bentley Todd. He told his his patients to have hot cognac with hot brandy with cinnamon and sugar water, and maybe that's where he got this warm boozy concoction.
We don't know about that, but before that came the Indian story.
आप chronology समझ लीजिए.
In the early 1600s came the Hindi word toddy, which basically means a beverage that is made from fermented palm sap. In 1786, toddy was officially written down and defined as a beverage that is made from alcoholic liquor with hot water, sugar, and spices. When the British came to India, they loved the drink. They drew inspiration from it, took it back home, gave it to the local pubs in Northern England and Scotland as well, alongside some of the exotic spices that they got from the Indian spice route. And the drink became a big hit there.
So you see, that's how it traveled to Scotland in the first place.
Yeah, hum kaun hote hai. Chronology is saying that.
Okay, and from there it went to the Americas.
Yeah.
So along with the local brandy and rum, later whiskeys, it just became this quintessential hot drink for the world as a cure for a cold or just a nice soothing tipple for harsh winters.
Exactly. So much so that in 1837, the hot toddy was heralded as a cure-all in an article called How to Take Cold in Burlington Free Press.
Now, but wait, back to the origin. The Scots worked with whiskeys, the Irish with brandies, and the Indians with, toddy. So we don't even know the base spirit.
Not without a confidence. The first proper recipe came in 1862 from the OG Jerry Thomas's book, The Bartender's Guide, which mentioned a wine glass of brandy. But now usually it is bourbon that is used or rum. Much like nearly everything, toddy too seem to have gotten Americanized in the journey.
So it will be really experimentative then. The sweetener, the spirits, the temperature, the herb spices, citrus, you can sort of play with all.
Absolutely. And with tea, cider, juices, etc., etc.
No end to it. How do you make yours?
I'm no expert, but let me get someone whose toddy I'm happy to travel for. Is Vikas Kumar from PDA, who's a champion at making some kick-ass toddy.
My name is Vikas and today I'm going to teach you how to make a good hot toddy. So I'm going to start with 20 ml of lime juice, 10 ml of ginger syrup which is house made, 15 ml of honey water which is 2 parts of honey and 1 part of water. It's very good. Honey water is very good. It's floral. It works better than the sugar syrup. And I'm going to use 30 ml of apple juice. Now I'm going to make a rum toddy, but the rum that I'm using is infused with the vanilla and cinnamon sticks. So 50 ml of rum, and you can top it up with the hot water.
So because how do you add hot water to your glass and ensure it doesn't crack?
Always make sure that you have a bar spoon in your hand so that when you pour a hot water, it doesn't chip your glass. So you always pour the water on the bar spoon so that the temperature translates to the bar spoon.
Got it.
Wow. Very good tasting drink. Now I'm gonna garnish this with the cinnamon stick and dehydrated orange, which looks good in the toddy. So here we go. A perfect hot toddy.
Thanks, man. Good stuff. What do you think?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that warms. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. Toddy will work. I'm
Hmm.
going to stick with this.
Right. So it's a little soothing. It's yummy, isn't it? It's got a nice feeling to you. But yeah, don't try to overspice it. Don't try to make it too sweet. Let the alcohol flavors also shine. And definitely it is perfect. So winters are coming in. I think we're going to drink more of it.
Well, I will, because you can't have it with honey.
Well.